YGG Playsummit happened this past week, and during that summit was the Games.gg Awards show. A bunch of amazing games and people won awards this past week, so if you are curious about which games, keep an eye out for 2025, then make sure you keep watching. What is on the agenda for today? Top games like Off the Grid and Parallel TCG took home the most awards this year at the Games.gg Awards show, so we will review each award and make sure that nobody is missing out on any of the amazing games that have been spotlighted this past week. Bitcoin has retraced down from 99K all the way down to 91K this past week before moving back up to 95K. We've talked a bit about this whole buy the rumors, sell the news scenario. So if you've been following along the past few weeks, this probably wouldn't come as very much of a surprise, but we're going to break it down so that you know what to look out for. Openloot games like Bossfighters and Worldshards test economies are in full swing right now, and they've been putting out announcements for all sorts of stuff. We're just going to quickly cover an announcement for each one of those this week. And Big Time has finally announced their upcoming PvP is coming December the 2nd. Very exciting, so stay tuned if you want to get all the details about the upcoming PvP for Big Time. But before we get into it, I just want to take a quick segue to talk about our sponsor, who is me. Somebody's got to sponsor me, so I might as well do it. And the sponsor is blockchain.me. It is a website that I have resurrected that I've been working on over the past year or so. We'll take a look at that. So this is the website, blockchain.me. It is a crypto and blockchain apparel store designed to help you all start conversations and look good while doing it. You can find all sorts of themed crypto related items. Got the cryptocurrency collection here. This Bitcoin bag is really sick. I have one right here and I use it all the time when I travel. Ethereum and Bitcoin denim jacket, vibrant in print, got awesome embroidery and patches here. I've also got the Pepe collection. Can't go anywhere without some Pepe, so be nice man long shirt. We got cups, we got tank top, we got it all, crop top. So if you guys are looking for crypto related clothing to wear to work to help start conversations, if you're looking for crypto related items to wear to your next crypto conference, look no further. Check out this website. There will be a 15% discount in the description down below on this video. You can also get free shipping worldwide with purchases over $120. So be sure to check this website out, guys. We're gonna be putting out more items in the near future. If you have any ideas about different types of apparel, memes on shirts and sweaters and things like that you'd like to see in the store, throw them down in the comments below. All right, segue over back to the episode. Every week we talk about a new blockchain game, but this week we're gonna do things a little bit different, mainly because I'm dealing with an extreme case of FOMO, and I need to live vicariously through all the amazing creators who attended this YGG Playsummit and the Games.gg Awards show so that I can get my fill. So it's mainly just self-serving, but we're going to check out all the different games that won different awards during the Games.gg event. Make sure that you guys have every game that you need to on your radar ready for 2025. Some of these games we've covered over the past few weeks on What's New Wednesday, but there's also some that we haven't covered yet, so stay tuned. Make sure you keep an eye out in coming episodes because we're going to be covering several of these games that have won awards this year. But first off, before we get too far into that, what is the YGG Summit? This is the third year that YGG Playsummit has happened, and the summit brings together Web3 gaming, cosplay, and esports with a live tournament with huge prizes. This year, it was also the host of the first ever IRL Games.gg Awards show. Pretty awesome looking event. Lots of people attended this event. Super jelly. So as YGG, what's Games.gg? Games.gg has been an awards show for several years now. It's been a cornerstone in the blockchain space for quite a while now, and they have done the Game Awards several years in a row now. So let's check out their socials. Oh, we got YP. So on top of being an amazing creator, is also a really talented dancer, does all sorts of choreography and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And multiple game winners. We had a lot of amazing creators, like we were saying, who showed up.
All right, one word about the awards.
Awesome.
One word about the awards show.
Fire.
One word about hosting the awards show.
Ecstatic.
This guy's a future in game show hosting if he wants. One word about the Games GG Awards show.
Amazing.
So an amazing event. Let's skip to the awards. We don't want to get too focused on the FOMO and trying to live vicariously through all these amazing creators. Let's go through the awards rapid fire style. So People's Choice Award was for Pixels. Pixels is a pretty awesome game on the Ronin blockchain. Creator of the Year, Best Content Creator goes to YP Yellow Panther. I had the opportunity of meeting Yellow Panther once at 3XP. He's a super awesome guy and an amazing creator. He's been blowing up his content creation game the past year. He's even started his own agency and things like that. So congrats to him. Best Action Game goes to Off the Grid. This is no surprise. Off the Grid is the most action-packed game I think we've all played in this past year, and it's definitely the most put together blockchain shooter out there. Pixels, if you don't know much about Pixels, they won a couple awards, right? They won the People's Choice and they also won another one. So if you haven't checked out Pixels yet, think like Stardew Valley mixed with like an MMORPG sort of style. It's a really awesome casual game if that's your kind of thing. The best mobile game was Fableborn. This game kind of took me by surprise, but it seems to be making some waves, so definitely worth checking out. Seems like a pretty simple game, but clearly it's got some addictive gameplay loops that people are really enjoying. Best adventure game goes to Raven Quest. We've talked a little bit about Raven Quest off the What's New Wednesday episodes, but my gist of it is it does have a lot of content to it. So as far as gameplay goes, being able to go on a long adventure, I do agree that this is a good adventure game. It's not my favorite game, but sure, fine. Best casual game, we were talking about Pixels earlier. It's amazing. Definitely check out Pixels. All right, best browser game, Pirate Nation. People have been talking about Pirate Nation a lot, especially when Pirate Nation first came out. There was an amazing airdrop campaign. A lot of people did well on it, but I've heard mixed reviews about it since then. Still have to check it out, but if you've checked out Pirate Nation, let me know in the comments what you think is the best part about that game. We got best RPG is going to Big Time. You guys know I main Big Time. I have seen Big Time win awards in the games.gg awards show several times now. I think they even won Game of the Year back in 2022. Good to see that they're still on the radar in the games.gg space. So was it a surprise for me to see best RPG go to Big Time? No, mainly because I think that Big Time has just had the longest development cycle and they've got a game that's been playable for over a couple years now. So good job for them. Best shooter game obviously is going to go to Off the Grid. Once again, most put together shooter we have in the blockchain space, and it's making waves for people in the blockchain space and outside of the blockchain space. So it's bridging that gap that we all like to see. Best art direction. This one kind of came as a surprise to me. I wasn't really sure about what Moonfrost was, but I looked into it. They've got a little description here. It's very Stardew Valley as well, but I think better art than Pixels, and it doesn't seem like it's as like an MMORPG sort of style. It's more like a solo or maybe sort of a game environment, but the art does look good as far as pixel art goes. Like it's some pretty interesting light. So if that's a game that you're into, you might want to check it out. I don't know if it's playable yet, but looks interesting on the Solana blockchain. Then we got best multiplayer game, once again going to Off the Grid. Off the Grid is just killing it this year so far. They've only been out for a couple months now, but the fact that they've been able to pull in so many game awards is no surprise. Best ecosystem goes to Ronin. People have had mixed reviews about what Ronin is doing. I personally feel like they need to focus on bigger games, less like clicker games, less mobile, less browser-based games, and put out like a real good title. But I do think the Ronin blockchain has a lot going for them. Best esports game, Parallel. I think it probably could have gone to Off the Grid too, just because Off the Grid's thrown some pretty amazing tournaments in the past month. But I do think Parallel has had the most wins when it comes to esports. They've brought in Web 2 trading card game esports professionals and done tournaments with with all sorts of amazing creators as well as really talented trading card players. The game itself is robust enough to really have like a lot of intense strategy and meta that you can develop. So congrats to Parallel on this. I think this is well deserved. Games choice. So Wildcard looks really cool. I've had a chance to play a demo of it when I was at 3XP and it's really fun, but it's just not playable yet. And I want this title to be a cornerstone in the blockchain space. I think it will be once we can just all play it, but they just don't have playable servers online yet. Really sort of anticipating this game. To me, it's a very highly anticipated game, but congrats on getting Games Choice. Best sports game goes to Sparkball. The contenders here we see, you know, we got NFL Rivals and So Rare. Those are basically the sports ones in my opinion, but we got Oh Baby Kart in there, which is I guess kart racing, and Trial Extreme Freedom, which is some sort of motocross game. Is it a sports game? Is it an esports game? I don't know. It's got kind of like a soccer element. The main reason why I'm like a little hesitant on this one is because once again, Sparkball doesn't really have matchmaking. You can play it if you have enough people to play with you, but as far as being widely accessible and available for a large audience to play, it's not there yet. It's a really cool game mechanics and stuff like that, but it's really hard to be able to even play the game right now because you need to have like 10 people or whatever to play with. So we'll see how Sparkball goes. I really want that game to get to a point where I can play it on a daily basis. And right now it's just not there yet, unfortunately. Best fighting game. Champions Ascension has been around for years now. They've gone up, they've gone down as far as popularity goes. I haven't played Champions Ascension in quite a while, but they do have some pretty cool fighting mechanic. Kind of reminds me of like those typical Tekken Tag almost type game styles, except for it's not like 2D, it's still for 3D arena. So it's a cool game. I'm surprised that they're still kicking it, but maybe it's time to check out Champions Ascension again and see how their game's been going. Best on-chain game goes to Pirate Nation. So they won the best browser game of the year and best on-chain game. That's interesting to note. I haven't checked out Pirate Nation yet, but a lot of people have, and I'm kind of kicking myself because when it first came out, I really should have put some time into it and I didn't. So if you guys have played Pirate Nation, you have some feedback, let me know what you think about the game. Most anticipated game goes to MapleStory. We just talked about MapleStory on last week's episode. You know, huge amount of players in the MapleStory ecosystem, tens of millions. The MapleStory franchise has made over $3 billion to date. It's been going for almost 20 years. So you can imagine that a lot of MapleStory players who maybe also dabble in blockchain or don't yet could be anticipating the MapleStory universe, MapleStory and games. So congrats to MapleStory on getting most anticipated game award. That is all the awards for the Games GG that we're going to be covering. There's a lot of amazing potential in a lot of these titles. We'll probably be talking about several of them in the coming weeks, so keep your eyes open for that. But what do you guys think about the winners? Can you think of one of the awards where you felt like a different game should have got the award? Let me know in the comments what you think of the games.gg awards, and congrats to all the winners. Next topic. Bitcoin and crypto has been pretty red this past week. We saw Bitcoin drop from 99K all the way down to 91K this past week and then move back up, and we're at around 96K at the time of recording this. But why? Well, we've been talking about this whole buy the rumors, sell the news scenario for weeks now, and the gist is that there were promises made by Team Red, rumors made by Team Red regarding crypto and the news, and we've been talking about like what the news would be, and the news would be the follow through, right? Are they going to follow through on these promises? We mentioned a couple weeks ago that we might see Gary Gensler being kicked out of the SEC sooner than day one, as Team Red has announced that they're going to do, right? On January 20th. And it happened. Gary Gensler made an announcement this past week on November the 21st that he would be stepping down from the SEC on January 20th, 2025. So we got him. He's gone. But what happened, right? If we look at the crypto chart, so he had made this announcement Thursday, and then we start seeing a lot of red here, start seeing a lot of sell pressure, and on the hourly and the half hour charts, we start seeing break of market structure. And then by the time Monday happened, following week, right? Usually things will take until the next Monday. We start seeing a sea of red. Very quickly, we see the price go down to 91K. So it looks like right now we are recovering from the sell-off, but are we out of the woods yet? That's the question. There are still several other rumors related to Team Red's promises that still need answers. So what are these ones? Who will replace Gary Gensler? That's one of the rumors that I think needs answering. We're going to see some news about that and probably some sell pressure from that. Will there be a new position appointed in Washington for this crypto czar that they've been rumoring about, talking about? That's, I think, one of the things we'll see a buy the rumor, sell the news scenario still happening for. And also, will there be a new Bitcoin Federal Reserve? There's still a few things that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. If I see this news come out, SEC chair has been chosen, I expect to see some sell pressure. Is there going to be a new crypto position in Washington? I expect to see some sell pressure. And will there be a Bitcoin Federal Reserve? I expect to see some sell pressure. But I do think that we will continue to trend bullish throughout the rest of this year into January. We still have some things to look out here for though, right? If we're looking at the charts right now, I want to see Bitcoin go above like 98K before green lights for me, because, you know, we've had this kind of break of structure here and we could actually see the trend continue to go downwards, but we're just not sure if we've seen this reversal yet, if this bump up to 96K is enough. I think we still need to see it go up a bit further before we confirm that things are going to continue to trend bullish. In theory, I still think that there's plenty of rumors going around that are going to keep people buying, building frenzy, building hype, and we still have a while before people get the answers that they want, and with those answers decide if they're going to buy more or sell. What do you guys think? When will we break 100K, or will we this bull cycle? There's always that question. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Next topic, open loot games like Bossfighters and Worldshards test economies have been well on their way now, and Bossfighters has started their second leaderboard sprint for the top 100 players who will be able to win sick prizes. So let's take a quick look about this. Leaderboard round 2 is live. Are you ready to flex? How does it work? So there's this little Medium article. The gist is there's a bunch of different mystery boxes you can win and some flex, and it depends on essentially how much flex you earn or flex you spend and big time proxy you spend in order to craft items, merge items, and re-roll perks and stars. So this leaderboard is for the most active boss fighters players who level up, craft, and dominate the battlefield. To qualify, players must spend at least 6,000 proxy BFT, which is their test token. Only the following in-game actions count towards your score: crafting, merging, and re-rolling. So if you are in the top 100, you will win not only a mystery box, but a whitelist spot for their upcoming sale. The sale is very highly anticipated. It's their biggest sale yet, they're saying, so pretty exciting stuff there if you're into boss fighters. Next, Worldshards has another mystery box sale going live this Friday. So what's the mystery box? It's $185. There's 2 items that you get from the box. You get at least a small rare island or a rare artifact in the first item, and on the second item you'll get either a common artifact or an uncommon artifact. So what does this mean? If we look at the marketplace for items, you can see that an uncommon artifact is going for minimum $62. A common artifact is going for minimum $17. Rares, you know, minimum 138. So if you get a rare artifact in your first item, you've pretty much paid for the box right there. Same thing with land, right? You get a rare small island, that's 154 bucks. So the box costs 180 bucks, and the odds of getting something that will at least recoup the cost of the box is very high, very likely in my opinion. So it seems like a pretty good box to get your hands on. How do you get your hands on it? There's a whitelist NFT that you can loot in game that will give you the best chance. If you get the whitelist thing, then you can, the first 1,000 boxes go to whitelist owners, and they can purchase up to 10 boxes with the whitelist, and then there's another 5 that they can buy after the whitelist period's over. This giveaway happens tomorrow, so if you guys want to have a chance to get a really sick Worldshards box, this is what you'd want to be checking out. It's now possible to charge equipment and run islands to earn the Worldshards tokens. So getting a mystery box or 2 will be able to get you started earning those sweet, sweet World Shards tokens. If you want to get into World Shards, this is a great way to do it, in my opinion. You'll most likely have an island that you can use to start crafting with an artifact that you will definitely have. That'll get you started playing the game. Next up, Big Time. Big Time has announced PvP is just around the corner on November the 25th. They put out this teaser video. Let's watch the teaser video. So it's pretty interesting. They actually did a combination of live gameplay and custom animations in this video, which takes some effort. And then today, just today, they put out an announcement saying that Big Time PvP will be coming out with patch 0.31 on December the 2nd. And it's going to be coming out with a PvP leaderboard. How do you qualify for the leaderboard? It says you participate in events and complete weekly tasks to get points on the leaderboard. The top players from each event will receive grand rewards. So not too many details on this leaderboard, but definitely something I'll be looking out for. I'm probably going to be grinding PvP like crazy. I definitely want to get in on this leaderboard as well. So, you know, there's a lot that we don't know about Big Time PvP. The gist is that it's PvEVP. There's a lot of P's and E's, but it's a really awesome looking experience. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like a MOBA, but not in the same way. But the gameplay seems like it'll feel kind of like a MOBA mixed with PvP from an RPG, MMORPG. Like, wow, pretty exciting looking. I'm really excited about it. I know that once PvP gets out and I have a chance to spend some time in the PvP environment, I'm definitely going to be hosting some tournaments. So if you guys play Big Time and you want to participate in a Big Time PvP tournament, keep your eyes posted. Make sure you follow and like so that you can be the first person to know when my Big Time tournament is that I'll be hosting is going to come out, because I'm going to be hosting one for sure. We'll try and make the prizes super epic and stuff, but that is it for this week's episode of What's New Wednesday, guys. If you are watching this in the future and you made it all the way to the end, thanks a lot, and be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and don't forget to tell somebody about it, and I will see you guys all next week. Peace.